frankly, other people in the industry can't do because of your connections. You've been grandfathered in a lot of different ways. And speaking of being grandfathered in, I remember a day when you used to do a lot of lapis.
Yes.
Once upon a time, right? He's like, I remember those days.
Well, the thing with lapis, just like, you know, lapis, and this is a great combination too. You have lapis and you have
beautiful.
This is lapis and kyanite. They both, I mean, these two materials just naturally just work so well together. They just come back together so well. I love it. And the thing that's happening in the lapis, and mark my words, okay? And the reason I can tell you this is because we are the designers, we're the manufacturers, okay? I know what I'm doing. We're already starting to write next year, just so you know.
Oh, are you
okay?
really?
That's how far that we have to work out, okay? Because everything is made from scratch. It's not like I can just do it overnight. We have to wait, you know, like we're working way, way, way out. But because we're working from the natural rough materials, I can kind of tell you kind of what's going to happen. And what you're going to start seeing is from me, and I would assume that you'll probably start seeing it from everyone.
Yeah.
I've already seen it in the industry with lapis. Lapis is even rarer than turquoise.
It is?
It's rarer than turquoise. Lapis really comes from what that you see in jewelry that's jewelry grade. You find lapis all over the world. You find lapis in America,
right?
But only specimens.
Okay.
All of the lapis that you see in jewelry primarily, it comes from the Hindu Kush region of Afghanistan, where it's being mined much like it was 3,000 years ago of recorded history.
Oh, no kidding.
Nothing's really changed too much. In the area that they mine it, when they say they have running water, that means they're close to a stream. There's no infrastructure. They still bring it down on mules and horses in panniers, or they backpack it. So you're going to start seeing less and less lapis. You're going to especially see, you're not going to see these higher grades of lapis material.
Okay, but here's what's so wild. Okay, first of all, that price is mind-blowing. I mean, let's start there. Well, I mean, come on, right?
Yeah, if you want to talk, okay, just from a manufacturer's point of view, I can't make it and sell it.
How could you?
I couldn't. I literally, from the just buying the raw materials and doing this, no labor, no anything, just buying the raw materials would be impossible for me to do that and sell at that price.
It would. So just so you know, Aaron, I'm sorry, you said there are only 500 of these? Okay, there are 500 only. This is probably in all likelihood for this show and this show only. You get that beautiful extender on the back, but when we say not all lapis is created alike at $13.58 on your credit card, it's unbelievable. You know, when you talk about Afghanistan and how it's really mined in that old way, but the customs and all the other things that you have to deal with, it's because it's not just the mining, right?
Well, even, okay, just like even lapis, if people realize what we go through, okay, I can't go into the Hindu Kush region of Afghanistan. It just is impossible. I mean, you just couldn't do it. Very few people, most of the, in fact, that's what's even happening in my case. A lot of my connections in Afghanistan go back to my college days, people that were in the Peace Corps that, you know, that had the connections that were dealing jewelry back in the 70s. And so a lot of my connections stem from that. And what's happening is that the people that I knew that would go into the region and trade for the lapis or gather the lapis, a lot of those people, of course, they're, you know, they were older than me, so most of them are retiring.
Right.
And they don't have anybody that's going to step in and take over that.
So it could be a dying art.
It really is. Well, what's happening is that, you know, because of what's gone on in Afghanistan, right? That there's almost like a whole generation that's just not, I mean, they just don't have the people. And also they don't have the people that are willing to do it, to go into it. We literally bring it out of Afghanistan to a location which is not really one of the safest locations either. That's where we select our lapis, and then it's a huge journey just to get it to a port so we could get it to the lapidary.
I bet it is. So this show is, it's like a rock star show. It's the best of the best, some of the cornerstone items that you expect to see from Jay, but things that frankly, like you said, from a manufacturer's standpoint, you can't move forward with something like this. That's,
well, okay, for me to be able to produce this, just literally literally to buy the material, you couldn't even buy the rough stock and be able to sell it for that.
No.
So without any labor, without any shipping, without anything, if I told you just what the sterling silver finding on this cost, and that's a manufacturer's cost,
right?
I think it would kind of blow your mind.
Yeah, I mean, no, it really would. And you can see how those beautiful drops of the lapis and the kyanite, they float.
I love how it comes together, but if you look at and here again, if you look on Valerie, look at it, just almost like glow in the dark.
Yes.
It has that beautiful wet look. It's almost iridescent. And this is the gem grade kyanite. This is not commercial, gem grade. Very, very little of the kyanite material in the world is of this quality.
Absolutely. In fact, it's so funny. You can see on those droplets of that kyanite, it does have almost like that tiger's eye